This is Kugan Cassius for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in New York. What?
I love that you're using a mic now because you've had so much criticism about the sound. You're now doing that, which is a bit awkward because I can't really say or interrupt you or start giving you stick because you've got to put a mic there.
All right. I'll tell you what. If you want to interrupt me, I'm going to let you kick me in the leg. It's very noisy in here because it's a massive turnout. So this is why we're doing it this way. First of all, little recap on the fights this Friday night, starting with Demetrius Andrade versus Artur Akavov.
It's a big card. I mean, we're starting. I'll spin it all the way back from from 5:15. We got Jason Sosa. We got Nikosi Solomon. If you remember our heavyweight who lost his debut, he comes back in an absolute must-win fight on Friday night. We got Rashad Mati in his third fight, Golden Gloves champion, incredible amateur fighter we signed recently. We've got Amanda Serrano looking to become a 7-weight world champion, creating history on Friday night against world champion Eva Voraberger. We got Chris Algieri against Danny Gonzalez, local fight, local matchup. Danny Gonzalez, prospect of the year in 2018. Chris Algieri, former world champion. That's for the WBO International Light Welterweight Championship. Maurice Hooker also in the house, keeping his eye on Chris Algieri, which is a potential matchup for later on this year. We got the IBF Super Bantamweight Championship of the World between TJ Dehenny, hero for his victory out in Japan last time against Takahashi, looking to avenge defeat for Japan in that fight. We got Linares against Kano. Cheers, mate. Nice to see you. Golden Boy fight put together, a World Championship eliminator for the WBC crown. Maurice Hooker looking at Linares as well. I've missed one, haven't I? No, just the main event. Demetrius Andrade, new 160-pound world champion against Artur Akavov. We saw him lose a close decision to Billy Joe Saunders. And really Andrade out very quickly after that win on October the 20th. Looking to get a quick voluntary defence in before either a mandatory or a big unification fight in 2019. Because I believe Andrade is one of the best middleweights in the world, and everybody knows it. Like, everyone in boxing knows it. He's been vastly avoided, but now he has a belt at middleweight. So I think he's going to be in some major fights this year.
Friday night, live on DAZN, and obviously Sky Sports back at home. Tune in, or if you live in America, download the motherfucking app.
Are you getting a few quid from DAZN? DAZN sponsoring you?
Oh, but DAZN are very good to me, so I'm going to big them up.
Good. You're not going to edit this interview, are you?
Anyway, Edward. Right, okay. News today from the WBC is that, purse bids will be called on the 5th of February. Does this change your kind of plans moving forward?
How does that affect us? The first thing that I thought when I saw WBC called the purse bid, 60-40. To Deontay Wilder. Tyson won't be very happy. I thought to myself, I'll bid for that. I thought to myself, if I was a fighter, and I don't believe Tyson Fury has a contract with BT Sport, and I don't believe Deontay Wilder has a contract with Showtime, so I'd be thinking, fuck it, let's go to purse bids. Why don't you let Eddie Hearn do something crazy in the purse bid? Why don't you let DAZN do something crazy? It won't be my money. How much do you think DAZN would bid for that fight? Woo. But I suspect they'll make a deal. 60-40, you've got... Does Tyson Fury want more than 60-40? He wants, apparently... I saw a lot of reports, and I saw Frank Warren's piece with Gareth when he was sitting in the restaurant. I also don't want to be disrespectful, but I did... Have you seen, that Hatton Garden film where the old boys nick the gold out of the thing? He just reminded me of one of the blokes in it. It's like, it's 50-50 or nothing. What's the matter with you? You know what I mean? It's like, that's what it reminded me of. But with all due respect, that's not the instructions that I've got from other people regarding that fight. Tyson Fury was made a financial offer, not a split offer, because that is what he requested. If he wants a split, and if he wants 60-40, that can absolutely be discussed. 50-50 is not happening right now for this fight. You've got a 4-belt world champion against a challenger. We respect Tyson Fury. We rate him as a fighter. It's not about disrespect. It's just about business. So for all these guys, Deontay Wilder, if he wants 60-40, he can have it all at 60-40. If Fury wants 60-40, he can have it at 60-40. But that wasn't what was asked to be presented to him. and maybe Frank's just out of the loop. Maybe he's just not involved. I don't know. But the interview was weird. If he really thinks it's going to be 50-50, that fight's not going to happen next. But now if I'm Tyson Fury, I say, okay, so I've got an order of a fight at 60-40 with Wilder, or I can get 60-40 with Joshua in a bigger fight, in a fight that will go down in history as one of the great British fights of all time, to win 4 belts against a fellow Brit. I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to happen. But I think the move today by the WBC was nice. I like it. And I think it's going to shape things up a little bit. It will either make a deal happen quicker between those two, or one of them will turn around. Fury's like an independent, smart guy. He may look at that now and go, wow, with all the players in world boxing, Matchroom and DAZN and Sky, Frank Warren with BT, you got Top Rank as well with ESPN, Fox and Showtime. Can you imagine the bidders for that fight in the current climate?
So are you actually going to bid? Yeah.
Fucking right I am. I'm going to bid a fortune. But I doubt it'll get there. Because Tyson won't want 60-40. If he wants 50-50 against Joshua, he should be getting 60-40 against Wilder himself. So, on one hand, you got Tyson Fury probably saying, do you know what? I'll just let it go. It's purse bid. I'm going to make a lot of money. But then the other hand saying, well, actually, he's only getting 40%. And like I said, if he really wants 50-50 against Joshua, he must want 60-40 or 70-30 in his favour against Wilder. Because he beat Wilder. He's already beaten him. So, but listen, maybe Wilder comes on and takes the fight with AJ. I don't know. It's all mad. It's all mad.
At least with this now, with the person who's been called for the 5th, you've kind of got that little bit of indication that something will be announced on their side or not by then.
I've always felt that they will do the rematch. If I was Tyson Fury, Wilder's a much easier fight for him than Joshua. Much easier. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. As much as you hate me, I don't think anyone would disagree with that. And for Wilder, at least if he fights Fury, it's not a high maintenance fight. He might get fiddled around and outboxed again. But if he fights Joshua, Joshua's going to clean him out. So I don't know. All I know is it's just speeding up the process, the inevitable process where a decision is looming. Right? And a decision is looming. Because sooner or later, in the next week or 10 days, we've all got to make a call. It's exciting, isn't it?
Very exciting. Where does this all leave Dylan White?
Right in the mix. He can take the fight. He's going to get a new offer in the next 24 hours. He might not like it, or he can sign it, and he's on for April 13th. Whoever strikes first is on. Like Donkey fucking Kong. I've done it again. You put that thing out of me swearing.
It was a good clip. Rent-free, motherfucker. Oi, you had a little pop at the strawberry-haired brigade today?
No, it's just some bloke. I called it. Anyway. So, it was just that some troll. He's like, oh, Hearn, you're so tough. I went, shut up, you ginger motherfucker. Just joking. He come back and went, I am not ginger. I was like, mate, I've seen your profile bit. You're 100% ginger. There's got nothing wrong with ginger people. I like ginger people. But embrace it.
Canelo's strawberry head.
Exactly.
Say it to him, though, would you?
Oh, well, you know, man. So, where were we? Yeah. So, everything's going to come to a head. Everything's going to come to a head, and it's really exciting.
Edward, I had a list. No, I just had a list, because
Normally, you only ask questions you're told to ask.
Can you just stop with the insinuations, please? Edward, hold on. Right. Where is it? Questions for for Eddie Hearn.
United for boxing. Services to boxing.
Do you know what? In the world we live in, why fucking not? Edward, we didn't talk about Buatsi being ordered against Conroy. Obviously, you had an inkling that it could have been Anthony Yard. It's Conroy.
As I understood it, and as there is absolutely no question this was supposed to happen, because let's be honest, if Callum Smith vacates to take a fight in America, who are the light heavyweights you're going to order to fight in Britain? Callum Johnson, sorry. Who are the light heavyweights you're going to order to fight? Buatsi, who's already in. Who's the other one in Britain? Who is he? Yard. So I'm just speculating that just perhaps a phone call was made to say, don't put Yard forward for this fight. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe they just did order Conroy and Buatsi.
Yeah, when I know they were going to order Yod. But anyway, irrelevant. The great news is someone's got a big set of bollocks and his name is Liam Conroy. Congratulations, Liam Conroy. He steps up, he gets the chance, he gets the payday to fight Buatsi, and that fight will be announced for March very, very soon for the British light heavyweight title.
On what card?
On one of our cards that we will be putting on in March.
Where, in London?
Quite possibly.
Did you, obviously you wasn't at the Amir Khan press conference because you were on a plane with me.
We didn't know that until we landed.
True. Did you see some of...
First class, I was in economy.
Yeah, obvs. No, I was in Economy Plus.
Oh, did I pay for that flight?
No, MTK paid for that.
Hey, who paid for the hotel room this week?
Matchroom USA. Not you, Matchroom USA.
Okay, fair enough.
Edward.
Blue Blood Sports, all my biggest fans, do you know what I mean? Go on. What? Yeah, but not when they interview me. Their arse falls out.
We'll see. I might get him an appearance on here. Can you comment on Golovkin to DAZN?
No, I mean, nothing from what we discussed the other day. I believe he's still looking at his options. You know, Canelo will probably be announcing his opponent quite soon. I think, reading between the lines, Canelo, Golden Boy, would quite like to fight Golovkin in September. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope he comes with DAZN.
Okay. So I went way off subject there because we were originally talking about Amir Khan and Terence Crawford. So I heard some of the comments that Amir Khan was saying. He kind of said that Kell Brook had talked himself out of the fight, etc., but he still says that he wants to fight him. So, I mean, what's your understanding of all this?
Amir has made it very clear to us that win or lose, he wants to fight Kell Brook next. Okay? With Ramadan, that won't be until October, November, December time. So Kell's obviously going to have an interim fight himself. But when he says talked himself out of the fight, I don't know. Maybe he just said a few things that pissed him off. And Amir just thought, I'm not going to give you the fight. I don't know. Maybe that's what he means by that. But look, there's a few things said both ways, wasn't there? So you can't expect people to keep their mouth quiet when someone's being goaded or someone don't like you, or it's just boxing. So it's life. So, but he's made it very clear, and so is his lawyer, that he would like to fight Kell Brook next, win or lose. So we'll see. You know, a lot can happen in between. But
can you make any comment on the TV rights to this fight? Will it end up on Sky? Will it end up on BT?
So we can sell it to Sky if we want. I mean, Top Rank and Amir Khan want it to be a pay-per-view event. Is it a pay-per-view event at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning? No, in my opinion. So is it, if it's combined with another big show from the UK? Maybe. But if we go April 13th, we won't be able to do April 20th anyway. So the fight is not automatically on Sky. We will work with Top Rank to see if it suits Sky. If it doesn't, it will go on the options to another broadcaster, BT, ITV, whoever wants to take it. But if we go April 13 with a Joshua pay-per-view at Wembley, obviously we're not going pay-per-view the week after at 5 o'clock in the morning. So
once that situation has sorted itself out, then they can work on what the TV deal is.
I think everybody's preferred route, Top Rank, as I understand from what they've told me, Amir, myself, to put the fight on Sky. It needs to come with something if it's going to be a pay-per-view. It can't stand alone as a pay-per-view at 5 o'clock in the morning.
DeGale-Eubank, 2 questions. In your opinion, is that a pay-per-view fight? And secondly, how close were you to getting that fight?
I think it was a big fight 2 years ago. I had a chance to work on that fight, and Sky turned that down as a pay-per-view.
Sky did, not you?
Yes. For me, it was one of those where I presented it to Sky and said, would you like to do this fight as a pay-per-view? And they said no. So, do I think it's a pay-per-view?
If you was going to do it, you must think it's a pay-per-view, surely.
It's got enough. Depends what it comes with, though. There's all kinds of different nights that can be put together. Is it a standalone pay-per-view on itself? Yeah. I mean, I have to say yeah, because that's why I asked Sky if they'd be interested. I just knew the fight was available, so I thought I'll ask Sky what they think, and they said no. It doesn't matter what I think. It's down to what the broadcaster thinks. I think it's a good fight. I think it was a great fight 2 years ago. But I think that there's enough spice for it to be a pay-per-view. I'll say that. Yeah. So I don't think it's disgusting that it's pay-per-view. It's right borderline. That's why it didn't work for us. If Sky would have said yes, maybe we would have built a card around DeGale-Eubank. But I think it's okay. It's one of those that, look, if you don't want to watch it, I don't think it will do great numbers on ITV. But if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
Like with any pay-per-view.
So this time I'm a fan. So will I buy Eubank DeGale? Honestly, no, because I don't really watch a great deal of boxing live outside of my show.
You claim you don't.
I'll just tell you the truth. I don't really watch a lot of live boxing outside of my shows. How can I when I've got 55 shows a year?
Your boxing's your life, and I don't believe you don't watch some of the stuff you say you don't watch.
I do, but I'll catch up with a lot of it the next day. I haven't watched Canelo Golovkin 2 in its entirety. What are you going to say now?
Fair enough. You're not going to call me a motherfucker then.
Motherfucker.
How involved are you in the upcoming Galahad and Warrington purse bid?
I'm Galahad's promoter. It's going to be really interesting. So that bid takes place next Thursday. We won't win the bid because BT will put that on as a pay-per-view. Warrington Galahad, in my opinion. Again, all these things I tell you are just my opinions. And my opinion is we can't do that as a pay-per-view. So I can't win a bid that a pay-per-view event can win. So bids are next Thursday. We're going to be as aggressive as we can possibly be on that bid. We'll lose, but Galahad will make a fortune. But there is a chance Warrington may vacate. If I presume they do a deal with Valdez to fight for the WBO. But if I was Warrington, again, I'd probably go for the purse bid. What's he got to lose?
Bivol announced your co-promotional deal with him, along with some other fighters who may feature on some of the shows as well, as part of the, is it World of Boxing stable?
Kuzmin and a lot of very good young fighters.
Joe Smith and Bivol is first up. You're going to announce that tomorrow, is it?
It's for March. On Friday, we'll have the official press conference. Brilliant fight. Great fight. Joe Smith's a great puncher, all action. Bivol, I think, is the best light heavyweight in the world right now. And, I think it's a great fight for Bivol. Good to be working with World of Boxing, Vadim and Andrei Rybinski. And welcome to all the great stars who are joining up with us as well. Like I said, Giasov, great fighter. Kuzmin's a real top-class heavyweight as well. And many, many more.
So tell you someone who's not your biggest fan.
Who?
Stephen Espinoza. By the looks of it, I mean, I don't know that for definite, but
I was a bit unlucky because he commented on a headline of a Fight Hype video, which is basically they do what you do, which is like they take a quote and they make it sound. So I was like, it says Eddie Hearn slams Pacquiao Broner pay-per-view. Pacquiao is faded and Broner is ill-disciplined.
Can I ask you one question? Did you say those things within the interview with Fight Hype?
I didn't slam them. They said to me, this is how it went. They went, does that fight excite you? And I went, not really. I went, Pacquiao is faded and Broner is ill-disciplined.
So you did say those things, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like Eddie Hearn. It's like watch the interview in the context, right? So what I said was the truth. Is Pacquiao faded? He's an all-time great legend of the sport. Is he faded? Yes. Didn't mean I didn't want to sign him. Is Broner ill-disciplined? Fuck me. Is Broner ill-disciplined? That's like saying, is Kugan Cassius a terrible dresser? Everybody knows the answer to that. Yes. So I think that I put that out, and then Espinoza went, well, you tried it. He's just like, Espinoza's like, he's like a baby. He hates me. Hates me. It's good, though, really, because if you've got a guy like Espinoza, who is that powerful in boxing, that hates me so much, I can't find that kind of horny, to be honest with you. You know? It's like that sort of means that I'm quite... Because if I was like nothing, you'd say, oh, I wouldn't even give him the time of day, but I like it. This is what I say about living in people's head rent-free. Because it's like Frank. You know, I watch his interviews with you and I'm like, almost like, I'm like this at the end of it going, oh my God, I feel terrible. I feel terrible that I'm living in your head rent-free. You know, like you must wake up in the morning and go, like the first thing that's on your mind is, fucking Eddie Hearn. You know, and then when you go to bed at night, it's Fucking Eddie Hearn. You know? And that, I don't want to do that because I feel bad. I do feel bad. So these people, Espinoza, Frank, they've just got to, like I said, he's a knob. He's a knob. I don't fucking listen to Eddie Hearn, what a knob he is. Because I don't mean to be in there all day long. You know, I don't mean to be running around there causing havoc. I'm just having a laugh, you know. So.
What about your comments about Lennox Lewis?
Lennox Lewis. I'm actually angry about what he's been saying. That's me not joking when I talk about Lennox Lewis's comments. Lennox Lewis, unbelievable fighter, arguably one of the best heavyweights of all time. What he's been saying about Anthony Joshua is the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Because he's like, one of his quotes, AJ watched the Fury Wilder fight and thought, I'm not fighting those two. Are you mad? He should know fighters better than anyone. He should know AJ better than anyone. So that's disrespecting Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has 22 fights. Trust me, my dad promoted Lennox Lewis. When he was coming through, he was getting fed nobodies through 22 fights. And all due respect to some people he boxed. I think Derek Williams, or when he was at the end of his career. On his 22nd fight, he fought Donovan Razor Ruddock for the Commonwealth title. Anthony Joshua has had 22 fights. He's the two-time unified heavyweight world champion. He's boxed Vladimir Klitschko, Joseph Parker, Dillian White, Dominic Brazil, Alexander Povetkin. And Lennox Lewis wants to criticise this man when he fought nobody coming through, and in his 22nd fight, fought for the Commonwealth title. That was it. How can Lennox, honestly... Lennox knows Anthony Joshua. He knows him. So for him to say that, in my opinion, he has an agenda. He's either bitter because he wanted to sign him, or he's a mouthpiece for the PBC because he works for Fox. Lennox knows better than that. Lennox knows fighters. Lennox is an amazing fighter, great champion. He knows what fighters think. There's no fighter out there that looks at another fighter and goes, oh, I don't want to fight him. Come on. And then what frustrates me even more is Lennox tweets, I mean, really, if they wanted to fight, they'd offer Wilder 70-30. We've fucking done that. Or we'll offer him 65-35. We've done that as well. Or offer him 60-40. Done, mate. So, like, honestly... And, you know, that was my rant on Lennox Lewis. Love Lennox, great guy, amazing fighter. I just think he's bang out of order what he's saying about Anthony Joshua. And I don't know what his agenda is, because it's absolute bullshit. Rant over.